While we're on the subject of the ESEE Izula, I thought I would address a couple of questions that I had received concerning the sheaths that I have for that knife. In my previous video where I talk about the coating coming off of the Izula, I mentioned that I've had about a dozen of them, and that is true, both variants. So in combination, the 1 and the 2, I've had about a dozen. Some have been broken, some have been used to pieces, some have been given away. Some have been modified to the point where it's ridiculous and they find themselves in the landfill. So that's how you wind up with so many sheaths that you can do something with. You're going to have to use your imagination a little bit as to what the original sheath looks like, because all of mine have been modified and I just don't have one. I've been carrying the Izula since I had one that only had 3 digits for the serial number. So that's how long ago I started carrying Izula. This is an old variant. So when you get a new Izula, yours is going to look more like this and have the hole and no notch. It will have 2 holes, which is kind of nice. But this one has a slot, which is also kind of nice. I used to just affix a tech lock to the back of it, one of these little guys, and use that as a belt sheath. Now I had to put this notch in it because, of course, my handle has that. So that slips nicely in there. This is my pocket sheath. The beauty of the pocket sheath is I'm carrying a solid fixed blade for any kind of task I might come up against, but it's not on my belt. It's not really in the way. If you curve this just right, it's going to lay in your front right pocket or your front left pocket, doesn't really matter, and be out of the way. It's not going to bind up with anything that you might have in that region. Sheath number 2. When I decided to finally break down and make a Kydex sheath for it, I thought, hey, let's do it. And now this is my belt sheath. This is what you're going to find on me 90% of the time. Right there. Sheath number 3, I thought I would use these straps that came from a Tops knife. I don't even remember which Tops. And make a horizontal sheath. You'll see that these are snaps. Of course, had to do the notch. Boy, that is tight. I need to work on that. And then this snaps onto my belt, and it would be in the front. And then finally, this is real simple. I made a neck sheath. That's it. Super simple. Comes out, piece of cake. You just knew that this was going to be a popular knife. It ticks all the boxes really for a small knife. I mean, there's nothing that really comes close to this, and it's ridiculously copied by a bunch of different companies. So bravo to ESEE for creating a design that is so cool that lots of other companies want to copy it. Isn't that lovely?